Good morning, folks. I hope you're well. I'm doing all right. I slept my first night in this thing, and it's first night is always working the kinks out. It's always a little weird. I will have to say that I have to do a little tweaking, but I got some good sleep. It's just small. This is great for taking short trips or running around in a vehicle like this. Unless I wanted to do what these other guys did, and I'm not doing in this Honda Element, is building this little platform and setting this thing up. For long term, I definitely wouldn't be traveling long term with my Honda Element. It's cool and all, but small. There's a point where there's something that's too small and something that's too big. So we'll figure that out later. I'm not worried about it. But it's cool, though. I'm having a good time. I think it's great. But you got enough room back there to get some sleep and chill out. I've got my power pack. I've got everything I need. It's all good. So anyway, I just pulled up to a Panera Bread. I'm going to get some coffee. I'm going to sit down and work on some music a little bit. And I'm going to kind of look at things, see where I'm going to go here. I want to go down the Newport and I want to ride around. From Rhode Island here, they've got a ferry that goes out to Martha's Vineyard. I didn't do it the last time, and I just don't know if I want to do it. Don't know if I want to go out there and gawk over a bunch of rich people's homes, because that's just not my thing. It's not my thing at all. So, but be that it may, one thing at a time. Let's get some coffee. All right, folks, I got me some music done here. I tell you, man, when you're writing for composing production music for TV and stuff, it's just weird. And I got a reference track. It's so simple, and I have the worst time. I struggle with putting too much, or sometimes I feel like I'm not meeting the mark. Like it is. You may not know anything about production music, maybe you do, I don't know, but it was a subtle tension which said no strings in it, but the reference track had to sound like it had like strings in it, like pad like strings, like soft, not blatant violins and stuff like that, which they don't want. And they don't want it to be, dark tension or mystery tension. I've written so much of that, it's hard to kind of get out of that and get into a very light tension that's like, it's not dark tension, it's not crime tension, investigative like I like to do all the time. So, hang on one second. Someone's walking by my car. It's not, investigative crime and tension and stuff like that. But I just have the worst time trying to land that, and I kind of step off the cliff too much on that deal. So I'm gonna have to kind of back up and listen to it. My biggest thing is I don't want to use the same elements I'm using all the time for every track, but we all struggle with things sometimes and get frustrated. All you can do is just try to get better at it. That's all you can do. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, we're gonna head to Newport, Rhode Island here, which is about 21 miles from here, which will be cool. We're gonna see what's going on in Newport here today. I think that's what we're gonna do. So there's a lot of cool things to go see. I haven't explored that part of the coast, and I want to do that. So we're down here. I'm not really going to cross over, as I said, into Canada until about Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. So there's some things to see, some things to do, and we're going to do that. We're going to go do it. So let's see what we get ourselves into, folks. Shall we? Newport. This is cool. This is beautiful. Would you look? It's right out to the ocean there. Little cove. Pretty cool. Maybe catch a crab. Oh, beautiful. Brenton Point State Park here in Newport. It's absolutely gorgeous. These people flying kites. So I'm at Brenton Point State Park here in Newport, Rhode Island. It's beautiful. 70 degrees sunny and no humidity, or very little. Unlike Charleston, it's 105 degrees and sticky humidity. You couldn't ask for a better day to be out here. Beautiful view of the ocean. You have people out here flying kites and food trucks. It's pretty cool. Newport kind of reminds me of a mixture of Charleston, South Carolina, where I live, and Key West, Florida a little bit, except it doesn't compare to either two. It's New England. It's just congested, a lot of tourism. Now, mind you, it's Labor Day weekend, so this weekend closes the doors to summertime, so a lot of tourism will slow down. So my advice, if you come here, or most of these places, is very early fall past Labor Day, and during the week it might be really quiet, easier to get around. That's for sure. That's most places, but it really is nice out here. But the downtown Newport is a little congested with tourism, but coming in is beautiful over that bridge, that Pell Bridge, and coming in there's cruise ship, the Oceania, just come in and tendering people in. So, but other than that, I'm just driving Ocean Avenue. I tell you, some of the things you probably should do is drive Ocean Avenue and hit downtown. There's a lot of restaurants on the wharf there for shops and restaurants and stuff, and it really is cool. Beautiful place. And the homes, yeah, they're no joke either. Crazy houses, huge homes. It's pretty cool. So I'm in a little traffic here in Newport at the beach here, Easton Beach. There's a lot of people out here this weekend. I'll tell you what though, anywhere you park at the beach, you'll be paying $25, $30 just to park at the beach. So you better prepare to stay for the day to get your money's worth. But I was looking up with home pricing, a really small house. And I was, you're driving down the road, I'm like, I wonder what that house is worth. Little tiny house was less than 900 square feet, $655,000. Chew on that one. Welcome to New England. My house is a little over 500 square feet, and wasn't that much. I'd say my property, house and all, is worth probably about $160K, but that's crazy. That's nuts. It's the price tag for living up here. It gets cold in the wintertime, but I'll tell you what, it's nice in the summer. It really is. The weather is beautiful. So I'm just driving around the whole area of Newport, just seeing things. I like to just drive around and see the place. It's pretty cool. It's a busy weekend to be doing it. Almost too busy to be doing it. So, but we're going to see what else I can get into here today. There was a ferry from here. It's up there to Martha's Vineyard, but I don't know. Last time in 2021, I was on the trip. I was over at Cape Cod. I didn't feel like going over there. Like I said earlier, I don't know if I'm all that big on gawking over rich people's houses. I mean, here in Newport and downtown over here, some big houses. There's like a mansions tour. It's insane. It's crazy. So, off to the next. All right, so you know me, I'm going to get on YouTube and I'm going to talk about things, but I'm also going to learn about things. I'm on YouTube all the time watching YouTube videos. So I get on to find out what's the best route to drive to Nova Scotia from Maine. Well, first video pops up, gives me an option that's better. I really don't feel like driving it. I'm going to spend the same amount in gas as I am doing this. So I'm taking the CAT high-speed ferry from Bar Harbor, Maine to Nova Scotia. I'm going to stay a day, one night. Actually, it's going to be 2 nights. I'm going to get there 7 in the evening. I'm gonna spend the night there, and then I'm going to spend a day and spend another night, get up early about 8 a.m., be there, and we're going to leave back to Bar Harbor. So one day is fine. Nova Scotia's not a real big area. I just want to go see the place and see the beauty and see what I can get, get myself into. Hopefully something good. So that's going to be pretty cool. Taking the cat ferry. We'll definitely be showing some footage of that. So people are raving about it. It's, it's a little pricey, but I'm going to spend the same money. It's $450, but I'm going to spend that much money, to take my car and me over there in gas. Gas in Canada, folks, is expensive. And they say, oh my gosh, it's like $52 a liter. Well, count how many liters are in a gallon, So gas is expensive in Canada. So, and as far as I need to drive, so I'm thinking it would be fun to do something cool. I can work while I'm on the boat, and there's restaurants and stuff. So that's what we're doing. We're going to take the cat ferry over to Nova Scotia. So I'll keep you posted on that one, my friends. Downtown Providence, Rhode Island. You got the canal that comes through downtown. It's so cool. It's really pretty. And a whole lot of stuff going on. There's the 195 bridge there. I will say it's pretty cool, these walking bridges. Downtown Providence is nice. It's just getting out and exploring, folks. It's pretty cool. It's the canal through downtown. It's pretty cool. Kind of Chicago has stuff like this. If you've ever been to Chicago, it's like this. It's not as big as Chicago, of course, but rather safer hanging out here than in Chicago, to be honest. Good Lord. I tell you, for a city of just 200,000 people, it looks like a bigger city than it is. It's pretty wild. It's nice down here, downtown Providence, man. There's a bunch of stuff going on in the park today, but you see the canal and the bridges. It's so cool. It really is. But I found a parking spot and just paid the meter, and I figured I'd walk around for about an hour or so, drive around town. It's pretty cool. It's Providence, Rhode Island, my friends. Not a bad town. I thought it'd be a little bit more rustic than it is. There is some industrial here, that's for sure, on one side of it, but you see downtown back behind me. It's really nice. It's pretty cool. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull out of Providence here, and we're gonna go back and stay where we stayed last night. It's about 16 miles back south, which it's okay. As late in the day as it is, I'm not driving all the way to Maine. So I think what we're gonna do tomorrow is we're gonna work our way back up to Maine. Portland, go see Portland, Maine, hang around there. And I think it's, I might stay where I did in 2021 for a couple of days. A place called Waterville, Maine. It was such a cool little town right there, man. It really was. Right there north of Portland, about an hour, about 76 miles. And I might sit down and get some work done, hang out a little bit, because Tuesday I gotta start working my way towards Bar Harbor. Now, from there, it's about less than 2 hours to Bar Harbor from Waterville, so I can leave there and head up to Bar Harbor Tuesday morning. I'd leave there about 10, be there around noon. I gotta be there at the terminal by 1 o'clock, 1:30. So definitely get there early, make sure I get my vehicle on the ferry and that we are in good with that. Ferry's about 4 hours to Nova Scotia, which is pretty wild because to drive it from there is like 7 hours or something because you're driving slow. And of course, it does cut across the bay, interestingly. So that'll be an interesting ride. It'll be fun. It really will be. It's a good alternative instead of driving in Canada, because I'm going to spend the same money in gas whenever I'm going once I get there. What I have to do is I have to figure out once I get there, because I'm getting there about 7:30, 7:45 at night, and it's almost dark, because we're in Nova Scotia. You're in Atlantic time zone. You are one further out from the East Coast. You're 1 hour ahead of the East Coast. So whereas it's 7 o'clock in Maine, it's going to be 8 o'clock in Nova Scotia. So we're moving up a time zone. So I don't know when it'll get dark exactly there, but I need to know where I'm going, what I'm going to do before I get there. So first night. Second night, I'm not 100% sure if I'll be in a hotel there or what I'll be doing, but second night, there's campgrounds that are really cool, so we'll figure it out. It's Nova Scotia, man. Never been there before. I've been to Canada. I do know that when I'm driving, I've got to watch my speed in kilometers, look at the little numbers below, and figure all that out. The metric system. So it's not miles per hour, it's kilometers. I could get myself in trouble if it says 80 and it's 80 kilometers and I'm doing 80 miles per hour. We'll be in huge trouble. So we'll get it done. So let's head back to where I stayed last night, and we'll get it done. I'm gonna sit down and eat dinner, and I'm gonna get some music done here. That's what I'm gonna do. So back at you later on. Oh boy, I'm chilling out here, fixing to get some sleep here, and I'll tell you, I've got my power pack and that calf Ramo fan, and of course there's that light, man, right there. That thing is amazing. That thing is bright, because you can kind of see through my curtains. I don't want too much light. Excuse the camera. I don't want to see. Haven't seen too much light coming through those curtains, but it's pretty cool. I've been on the phone for hours, man, a couple hours with an old lead singer of mine, dear friend of mine. He group out in Las Vegas. If you're ever out there and they're playing, it's a band called Rhode. He's a great singer, and he wants to get into writing stuff, and he wants to get into the whole film and TV part of it. And I said, listen, first of the year, we may sit down and see, because I need a singer that can work on some stuff with me, and let's see what we can do. See if maybe we can hash out some tracks. You can only try. That's all we can do. So, but I'm going to get up in the morning. I got to hit Planet Fitness for a shower. Get me some coffee. I think what I'm going to do is I've got some time. I may sit down for an hour or two at Panera, do some work, get another track done. And then I'm heading towards Maine area, because I told you that I'm going to take the ferry from Bar Harbor over to Nova Scotia. It'd be pretty cool. Figuring out where I'm going to stay when I get to Nova Scotia, because that Yarmouth area is a little small. There's some hotels there, but there's some good campgrounds, so I'm going to figure out what I want to do. One's on the water, but it's a 3-hour drive, 3-hour drive up to Halifax. So we'll get up early, and we'll get up to Halifax. I think that'd be the ticket. It might behoove me, I hate to do this, man, but being that I'm up there in Canada and all, I could do either one, but I may stay in a hotel for a couple of nights there, and then it's right there by the airport, and then I can, from the hotel, it's like 2 seconds. You're right there at the ferry terminal, because I got to be at that terminal by 8 a.m. Friday morning and head back to Bar Harbor, Maine. So it'll all be good. We'll get it done. It'll be cool. So other than that, I'll see you on the next one, folks.